All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of the M Sister Studios podcast. My name, as always, is Danielle Minetti, and I am here with my wonder. I was going to say wonderful, but I don't think that's the correct term to use for her right now. But I am here with my glorious co-host, who also happens to be my sister, Miss Kimberly Minetti.
I don't think that's another term that fits either.
No, it's not, but I couldn't think of one to rightfully address what just happened. So I just kind of went with it. Hello.
I'm in pain.
You're in pain.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Lady pain.
Lady pain's the worst pain. You want to know something? Okay. I wasn't going to say anything about this, but maybe I'm getting all my pimples because my hormones are still synced up with yours, even though my lady pains are gone.
Can I just say, like, the pimples you have on your face are like a perfect circle.
I was trying to hide.
If you connect them, it's a perfect circle.
Thanks for making me feel even more insecure about my pimples.
You should. Welcome to my world. And growing up with acne for my entire life, you should feel embarrassed.
I mean, half of my face is covered half the time, but there's like perfect pimples right here. They go like this. So
maybe you got abducted by aliens and that's what they left.
This is how you can find us.
And you wouldn't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they did.
That's what I think. Because how can you explain a logical reason for that? I can't.
I can't either.
Oh my God, what the hell is that?
We left.
It was a Bigfoot sighting.
It was Bigfoot. Sasquatch.
Yeah. It's not like you have like hormones or anything, D. That doesn't make any sense. It has to be aliens.
It has to be aliens, guys.
But here's a hack. Put toothpaste on them. They'll go away.
Okay. I'll try that tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but I'm very, I wouldn't say tired. I'm just very like.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how are you?
I'm feeling okay. So I guess I can talk about it since I actually did something exciting for once in my life.
Yeah, I was going to say your day was a lot more eventful than mine.
Yeah. Oh, and the door's closed.
Who did that?
Sasquatch. Okay, so yeah. So a few weeks ago, the gym was just like, hey, like we just decided since we have Labor Day weekend coming up, and they did this last year, but I wasn't a part of the gym last year. They're like, if anyone wants to, we're doing a triathlon. It's not a long distance triathlon. Excuse me. It's not a long distance triathlon. It's just going to be a sprint. So what a sprint triathlon is, it can vary because depending on what people consider a sprint, right? But it's a 400-meter swim, 10-mile bike ride, and a 3-mile run for this triathlon. And since I haven't really talked about it much on here, because we're doing separate videos for it, but since I've been training for both a 10-mile run that's coming up here real soon and a 22-mile ruck, and potentially a half marathon, that I figured a triathlon should be like not a piece of cake because they're different modalities, but it should be fairly easy. And I'm not competing.
So easy.
I'm not competing. Like, I'm not trying to beat anyone because I've never done a triathlon before. And I'm the only female to be doing it. And plus, like, when it comes to endurance-based stuff, I'm not fast. I'm sure anyone else in our family can attest to this, but we are not built for endurance, like at all. We are built for strength.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I just decided, since I was already training for something, I might as well give it a shot. And plus, whatever this training does well for run training, because it just trains your leg capacity to work, and it's all different ways for it to work. And so I'm like, sure, why not? So in the 2 weeks getting ready for the triathlon, I had to find a wetsuit, which our friends gratefully gave me a wetsuit to borrow, but literally like my arms were like this, like I couldn't move any of it, and it was so thick.
Wait, you like swim in the ocean?
We pretty much swam in the Puget Sound. So open water swimming is what it's called, is the term that it's called. But the one wetsuit I got, I couldn't move my arms, which would not have been good. I probably would have drowned if I couldn't move my arms.
Good.
We had to get Kevin's bike up and running because it hasn't seen
I saw that.
any action in like
that old
6-7 years. Bike? Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to drink water too to recover, so don't mind me with my jug.
You drinking a gallon of water, Danielle?
No, it wasn't full, but I figured I drink the rest of this.
One of those people.
I'm pretty sure I do drink like a gallon of water a day regardless, but I don't have an actual gallon jug.
Oh, don't be one of those.
I'm not one of those people. Don't worry. I'm not, thankfully. But so yeah, get a new wetsuit, which I literally bought last night. Which I need a men's extra large because I'm a big girl.
You're not.
Well, according to their sizing chart, because it's like you wear a large if you're like 140 pounds. I'm like, that's like the weight of my left butt cheek. Like okay. So got a wetsuit. The bike got all done up, and then just getting everything together or whatever. Couldn't find my goggles, so that was great. I had to borrow someone's goggles.
Did you have to wear a cap?
Yeah, I wore a cap.
Oh my god, stop. Wait,
I wore a bright pink cap. We'll probably post up some pictures.
You have a picture?
I have a bunch of pictures from it.
Oh.
So we'll probably post up some pictures here. So I had to borrow someone goggles, and someone also gave me earplugs because they're like, oh, like you could experience vertigo because of the cold water. I'm like, okay. Okay. And yeah, so the swim. I never open water swam before. So
you're really going in this prepared.
I'm so prepared. Of course, you know me. I used to swim train all the time, and I still do.
Yeah,
like,
you did
a few times a month. But upper water swimming, and for those that are listening, that can.
Well, yeah, because it's water that, like, I don't know, moves.
It's water, so you have to think about currents. The waves were really bad.
All the fishy in the water.
Yeah, so like
and the sharks.
I couldn't see, right? Because I don't have contacts. I need to order some more. So I couldn't see, like,
oh my god,
unless they were up close. So I was able to see where we were going to and back, because we were going to like a big sailboat, and we had to touch it and go back. And I got out of the water, and someone was like, there was seals like right by you, and I'm like, well, good thing I couldn't see them.
No. Oh
my god.
That's fun though.
They probably thought I was one of them just by the way I was moving.
Yeah, the plan, and also you were very like slippery.
Yeah. So the plan, I wanted to freestyle swim, but as soon as I got on the water, and I'm like, all my plans went out the window. I literally was breaststroking the entire thing. I'm like, all right, let's do this.
That's hard.
So it wasn't too bad, but I'm like, all right, let's do this. Because as soon as if I tried to freestyle or like side stroke, water right over my head. Like I couldn't control, like, Not
gonna lie, I probably would have killed that. I'm actually really good at swimming.
So that was the swim. Hold on.
Don't pause for gallon water drinking. That's absolutely foul.
um, I completed this swim though around 9 minutes. The thing is, like, I'd be swimming and I wouldn't think I was making progress, especially on the way back. I'm like, I don't know how close I am until I like turned around and I'm like, oh, the boat's already that far away. Like I'm almost done.
Good.
And I was so weak I couldn't get myself back up on the dock. I had people pull me out of the water. and normally, so when people talk about triathlons, they say you waste a lot of time in your transitions. So when you go from swimming to bike, like in between time, because you have to you have to dry off, you have to put on new gear, like all that, and then from
just
bike,
hop on, baby.
Bike to running. And so since I wasn't like trying to get like a super fast time, because I honestly didn't really care about time, I just wanted to do it.
Yeah,
I took like 5 minutes almost to get back to get on the bike.
Time.
Yeah. So took off the wetsuit, put on a t-shirt, because I wore biker shorts and a sports bra in the wetsuit, and they got kind of wet, but overall I was able to take off the wetsuit. I started to drink. I have like carb powder water, like carb powder you put in water, so that's good for like endurance based sports. So I drank like half a bottle of that, and then I got on the bike and I went, and I also put on my running shoes because I didn't want to change shoes again. So I went, and the bike ride was really nice. I'd never rode Kevin's bike before, so it was a good wake up call to get comfortable.
Mechanic it well.
He did mechanic it well, but like, so the bike is from the 80s.
Okay?
Yeah. So the thing is, the shifters are in the center of the handlebars, down by where the bike starts to divide into where the seat is and where the bike is. So you have to get comfortable with moving your hands off the handlebars or moving them closer to like thumb the shifters, not like normal shifters now that are just on the handlebars, like on the sides, right? So I didn't really shift at all. I was just biking, enjoying my time, and I literally like
10 miles isn't that bad on a bike.
No, 10 minutes into the bike, I realized I didn't have my phone. So
Danielle, oh my actual God, what is wrong with you?
I didn't have my phone, but luckily, so they set it up really well for being like a last minute triathlon, right? So like for the swim part, they had 2 boats out there, as well as someone on a paddle board that could bring you over to a boat if need be. So they had that. And then for both the bike and the run, they had a safety bike. So like someone, his name's Rob. They had him on his motorcycle, like driving back and forth between people.
So your phone.
Yeah, I forgot my phone.
Danielle.
And then also too, before I started the swim, I realized, because I have a runner's like hydration pack. So like you can put a hydration bladder in it and like slots for 2 water bottles. I brought that, but I forgot the clip on the top of it, so it couldn't hold water.
Danielle.
So yeah, but the bike, I wasn't trying to go fast because I'm not used to Kevin's bike. I was just like having a good time riding the bike. And it was a really nice bike ride. Saw some deer and some babies. They were frolicking
Did you ever get your
around.
Phone back?
I did. No. So the way we all came back, every event came back to the same point. So like going out and back. It was on like this one street called Beach Drive. So we went by one of the state parks and along the beach and stuff and that like that. And it was really nice. The bike ride wasn't too hard. Coming back was faster than going there, but I feel like that's for everything. You just feel like it's faster. Coming back was a steady incline, so that was kind of rough, but overall the bike ride wasn't that bad. I thankfully and got off because they started on a hill that was like this.
No, thank you.
So when I came back to the same hill, I got off the bike and walked it down the hill. And I talked to Kevin afterwards. He's like, I saw you get off the bike. I'm like, I feel like I would have sped to my death. He's like, yeah, I would have thought the same thing because I used to that's exactly what would happen to me. I'm like, well, good thing I got off of it. But because it's a road bike. So like the tires are super thin and like it's made for speed.
Don't
So
tell mom any of this, by the way. She'll actually cry.
so finished the bike. I was sitting around an hour when I got back. And literally all I did when I came back, because I was ready to go, I fixed my ponytail because I had to put my ponytail low for the helmet, the way it's sat, which I found out a lot of people braid their hairs for Ironmans and stuff because it will be just,
it's flat.
Yeah, it's flat. Just chugged the rest of my carb drink and I ran off for my run, which was the same path as the bike, just shorter, 3-mile run. So you didn't have to run out super far. And the run was the best part of the race for me because that's what I've been training for, was for a run.
Not the other stuff.
Not the other stuff. No, not the other stuff at all. So I picked up a lot of ground on my run and I ran the 3 miles in less than half an hour. And I did my triathlon in an hour and a half.
Nice.
So, I mean, for someone that kind of just decided to do it out on a whim.
Yeah, who's like, you know what I'm going to do for fun?
Yeah.
Do a triathlon.
Let's do a triathlon, just for fun.
You know what I did for fun today?
What?
I painted. That's what I did. That's what I wanted to do today on a whim. Was paint.
I mean, that's not bad.
I know, but it's just funny.
But yeah, it wasn't too bad. I took a nap after lunch, which
I'm surprised you like didn't go home and pass out.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, we had a celebratory lunch. So I had a burger and tots and beer and stuff. And I did take a nap, but it was taking me a while to pass out probably because of the food, for one.
Yeah, but you also were like high on excitement that you did it.
But also too, I was sore in certain places where it was uncomfortable to like lay down. You know what I mean?
Because I'm so ready to fall asleep. My bed's staring at me like, come here, girl.
But
I feel like in every episode we do, I'm just tired and like about to go to bed.
Well, that's because we do this late at night for you.
Yeah. And I film in my bedroom.
Yeah. It's not, I mean, I do too. It's just, it's the aurora of sleeping, of comfort. Yeah. But also too, after triathlon, we did a polar bear plunge and we jumped in the water.
Mom wanted to do that this year.
Really?
And I was like, who are you? She's like, will you do a polar plunge with me? And I was like, no. Absolutely not. So maybe she'll do it out with you when we go out there.
It's different though after doing all that work because it's not it's not as cold.
Yeah, you're gonna like be like, I'm gonna plunge into this because I need it.
Yeah, and then we did it once and someone was like, I didn't get a video. And they're like, come on, Danielle, do it again. So I did it twice.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that you like have a good time with the people at your gym.
Yeah, everyone, I mean, it's the one thing about CrossFit gyms that a positive thing about them is the community aspect of it.
Yeah, you're gonna bring Boomy.
I did bring him the other day, and it was great because there's only 5 of us there.
Was he good?
He was good. He was like on edge because I'm by myself and he's in a place where he doesn't know anyone, but he sat half the time, was sitting down relaxing. Like laying down on the floor.
Did they think he was foxy?
Yeah, he thought he was handsome.
He is handsome.
But yeah, overall it wasn't too bad. I think what I want to do moving forward, because next year I actually do want to do a triathlon, like an actual like long distance one. But now I have a wetsuit, so I can go out swimming pretty much whenever I want. So that's a good thing. And then the bike's fixed, so I can do the bike on like active recovery or a rest day or something, just to get out and ride. So that's gonna be good.
Fun. Mom likes bikes. Maybe you can go bike riding with her when she goes out.
Yeah. So So overall, it wasn't too bad. I think I definitely want to do another one. All right. Now back to our normal programming.
Yeah, screw that triathlon talk. Yeah.
It won't happen a
And
lot, so
if
you guys
you're
don't have to worry
if
about
you're
listening to
bored
it.
and you've nothing to do, go and do a triathlon. That's what Danielle did.
Pretty much. I mean, what else was I going to do today if I didn't do it? Go to the gym?
Watch TV. Yeah.
we haven't we haven't talked, I wouldn't say talked about this segment specifically in a while. We have talked about stuff we've
Well, the
watched.
show.
Yeah, the show. But for this segment, we talked about it a few podcasts ago, and it's called What We're Watching. And the one big thing that we were watching was the iCarly reboot, and it's officially first season is done.
Yes.
And we're now going to give our overall thoughts about what we thought about the first season.
Yes.
And I figured Kim could lead us off since she just finished watching it today.
My thoughts are the same.
I figured you say that.
I still think Harper is the best character. Actually, I think Millicent is a lot better the second half of the season, more tolerable, and everything else is the same. And I was a little disappointed, but overall, I was not shocked.
What were you disappointed about?
I feel like there were more instances in the second season where they looked like they were going to develop new things that were happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, like Carly's new relationship with Wes.
Right.
That brewed on the one episode. I forgot what it was called, but the episode where her car breaks down and they go out on a date. And then the second episode, they're like 3 months into their relationship.
Yeah, they've been on like 9 dates.
And I'm just like, where was that? And we missed that. And then the next episode, they almost break up. It's like, I'm like, ugh.
Like, what's the timeline of this, people?
What is the timeline of everything that's happening?
Yeah.
I do not understand. But again, stuff with Harper, they show her quitting her job.
Mm-hmm. They're better at showing her milestones in the show.
Yeah. And then seeing her, try out for a new job, interview for a new job, and then get a new job, and then make out with her boss. It's great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they showed that. Like, I feel like there's not an equal distribution of like people's like storylines throughout. Like, I don't necessarily know what people's storylines are.
Yeah. Like how they're supposed to play out in a way.
Do they have like an ongoing storyline within the show? Is the ongoing storyline the web show? Because if so, like they showed that a little bit more.
Where is the web show?
Yeah, like they showed it a little bit more and talked about it a little bit more in the second half. But like if you told somebody who's never watched this reboot that it's about a girl making a web show, you wouldn't know that.
Plus, too, like I would like to think that the web show has kind of matured, but also like matured in terms of the comedy and in terms of the skits and stuff, but they don't really show that either.
No, they don't show anything.
Yeah.
It's like nothing. And also, too, I had this thought. If Freddie's still technically working for the web show, right?
I think so.
Wouldn't he not be unemployed?
I mean, yeah, because like according to the show, like the web show gets millions of views. So if they monetize that, then that's a decent paycheck coming in.
Yeah. But in the show, he's unemployed.
And living with his mom. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, well, I guess he's not. I mean, it makes sense because he's failed every startup he's ever had, but
yeah,
still, it's just like it's still very confusing. Here's the thing though, for surface level stuff, it is a good show. Like it makes me, there's certain moments that make me laugh that are good. But as like a show that like I like have a deep rooted like childhood love for because of the original. It's just it's not the home run. It's
No. No, it's definitely hasn't reached. It did have good moments again in the second part of the season than like the first part. Like they did have more kind of serious moments too. I think there's a few serious moments throughout the second part compared to the first part of the season. Like
Mhm.
for example, Freddie and Millicent's mother talking to her about like moving like them dating other people or and then like
Yeah.
Carly talking to us about why the car meant so much to her, you know,
Yeah.
um, which I think is good. Um, but I just when I saw the last episode and how they ended it, I'm just like, what a weird way to end it too.
It didn't feel like an ending
It didn't.
of a season.
No.
It just felt like another episode.
Yeah, I'm like, what a weird way to end a season off. I mean,
Yeah. And even
and
to that episode alone, like her ex. Okay, so let me get this straight. So she's dating this West guy for about probably like 4 to 5 months at this point that the last episode is supposed to occur, right?
uh-huh.
And then her ex-boyfriend, who like was only on the first episode and was like complete douchebag and dumb, comes back into the picture and they both like proclaim their love to her and she doesn't know which one to choose.
Yeah.
It's like, does that make sense?
No.
It's not like Bo was woven into the show where it's like this constant love triangle. Like this motherfucker hasn't been here this whole show. If I was Wes, I'd be freaking pissed off.
There's also was it
Like it's
they
just
didn't like
weird.
they didn't like throw in like any instances or clues or whatever that like she was I mean at the beginning of the season they showed like she was
Yeah, because she was like going through a breakup, which is understandable.
mm-hmm.
But like 6 months moved on, girl. You was somebody. Why? I'm very confused why that's a thing.
I have no idea. I did not like the way that ended the season. I'm like, it's
I'm
not even like you can end on a cliffhanger, but it didn't have cliffhanger quality, you know?
yeah. It just was like a just end of it because they never had like this ongoing storyline that's one main storyline and then mini stories like within each episode, but they
Mm,
didn't have that,
no.
you know?
Yeah.
It was just my opinions remain the same, but Harper is still the best. Like she still is the best character on that show.
Yeah. I
She
think
really is.
I grown to like her more and more as the season went on too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like her character just got stronger.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're intentionally doing I'm sure they're intentionally doing that,
I
but
hope so.
her character got better as the season went on. Um
But no, I was like, I kind of skimmed through the last episode because I'm like, this is ridiculous.
this is yeah,
But again,
really
like for casual viewing, it's a good funny show.
yeah, but like you said,
But
since we grew up with the show as kids and we enjoyed it a lot as kids, like
yeah,
it's not this I mean it's not supposed to be the same that you know but like it still hasn't found like its sea legs in a sense.
no.
It still hasn't found its tempo.
And even too, like, I think the first season was so heavily like based upon the web show. That was
Yeah.
kind of a main factor throughout the whole show. And now it's not. So it's like, what is this even about?
Yeah, is it just about like the characters, which could gladly make a show about the characters, but when you say like in the first episode that she's bringing her web show back, like where's the web show?
Yeah.
Like part of iCarly, the show when we grew up as kids, a lot of the storylines were based about, okay, this is the web show and these are the decisions that we're making for the web show. I mean, of course, it also showed like what their decisions were outside of their life, but a lot of times they were intertwined with their web show.
It was heavily intertwined with what was going on. Like it definitely was an important factor in the show.
Yeah. Like, let's see, like when they got detention, right, which is a normal everyday, like kids get detention, but they incorporate their web show into it. But like for some of the stuff that happened in this season, they just, like you could have probably done something for the web show then, but like nothing happened.
Yeah, it was very odd. I feel like I don't understand what they're trying to do with the shit on this.
Yeah,
what they're trying to do. I feel like they also don't know what they're trying to do.
They probably don't either.
In the sense of like making it kind of like the old show and have characters from the old show and based like the way that it is, but I feel like they're more trying to lead towards like the everyday, like this is what these characters are doing every day, which like you said is not a bad thing, but don't advertise like it's gonna have all these other things in it when it's not.
Yeah.
Like you know what I thought of, because I know I said one day at a time, but I think a closer example to how this show is like Young and Hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously it's a great show.
Yeah.
It's a comedy based show, but and it's a sitcom, but it has like this ongoing thing, especially in the first season with Gabby and Josh.
Yeah.
Who like have this, like they sleep together and then they work with each other. So like they have all those things going on, but then there's other things going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Young and Hungry was a very good example of a modern sitcom made for young adults.
Yeah.
So.
And too, like having, I guess, child stars who grow up like Emily Osment,
Mm-hmm.
And Jesse McCartney. McCarthy. Wow, what a fake fan. But I feel like that's a better example of like more sitcom that's like has these like childhood actors in quotations and then making it a little more adult, but also making it that kind of funny sitcom-y thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I really enjoyed it when I watched it.
They're trying to do that show,
but they can't do that show.
But it's just not working because I think they make too many promises of what the show was going to be. The reboot,
for sure.
If they were just like, this is about Carly and Freddie and Spencer after everything, I think it would be cool if like they live their life and then like in the end of the season they like or throughout like the second half of the season they decide to like maybe we should make the show back up again. I think that would have been cooler. And then the season like figure out what they're gonna do and da.
Yeah,
I think that would have been cooler, but I don't know.
I wasn't there was no home runs. I don't know.
With Harper, to be honest.
Yeah, so I don't know. The show did not get a sea legs at all. They didn't figure out what they were doing. And I'm curious but also nervous what the second season is going to be like.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be for 20 episodes, which might be better because now they can actually like prolong stuff and like have more time to tell stories and everything. But like 13 episodes is also like kind of long for some TV shows. It's like in the middle.
It's long for like only like 20 minutes.
Yeah, and for a first season, so I hope that they do better.
I want them to. Like, again, it's a good show. Like it's good. Like it's funny. No, nothing's better than the original.
No.
Or like no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The originals are classics.
Yeah.
But
Which How I Met Your Father is filming, so that I hope that is better than the original though.
I've never seen that show, so I can't comment.
Don't worry about it. You're not missing much.
Okay, but that's your opinion. A lot of people like How I Met Your Mother.
I know. That's my opinion. Everyone, don't get mad at me.
Not like Friends, Danielle.
I know. Don't get mad at me, people of the internet.
I'm gonna watch that show now and like it just so to piss you off.
Fine, be that way.
But yeah, we'll see. Will I watch a second season? Probably not. Maybe.
I might you on it.
I might watch like the first episode to see how it is. Maybe.
We got a year, I think, until it comes out. So you're welcome, everyone. We're not boring you with pretty much the same thing over again.
Yeah.
But we literally said the same thing over again.
But if you want to see it, the first episode where we talk about it in full, go watch it. God damn it.
Yeah, what Kim said. But I'll let Kim take the reins from here and to say what she's thanking the internet for.
Thank you, internet, for actually making me use my Yelp app for the first time, like ever, for real. Because I have a story. So
are you laughing because it's funny or you laughing?
No, because I'm laughing at myself.
Oh, one of those stories.
I have no self-discipline.
Okay.
Because
I can see that.
I do what I always do, which is download DoorDash and then delete it, and then download it and delete it, and download it and delete it, etc., etc., etc. So it was one of those times where I was contemplating, do I want to order breakfast? Which I always do, but it's like, do I want to waste money? Which is no, but I do anyways, because I'm like, well, I need food to live. So I need to live, so I need to buy food. So I go on DoorDash, and I wanted to go to one of my favorite breakfast places. I'm not going to say what it is, but Danielle knows what it is.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I think I know what it is.
She's no idea.
No, I think I do.
What?
Hold on. I'm texting it to you.
Oh, I don't.
Let's see if I'm right.
Yes.
Woo!
I wanted to go to one of my favorite I wanted to order food from one of my favorite breakfast places, which I'm not going to name because it leads into something else that I don't want anything else. Danielle. And they were not open. And I was like, huh, that's strange. So somehow I ended up on their Yelp page. Because it said that they were closed, but I wanted to check their hours.
Right. And Yelp has that.
So I checked their hours. And then I was just scrolling through, and I looked at some reviews.
Oh boy.
That some people are just so nitpicky when it comes like these reviews of food places. And it just got me thinking that I should screenshot some of them from several restaurants that I've gone to around the vicinity of my home, and we can talk about them.
Okay.
One restaurant, the restaurant that I want breakfast from. This is one of the reviews that I would like to read. I got 3 stars, and it was written about a month ago. This is not the place to go for something simple or more traditional. While the food is good, each dish is a variant of the traditional menu item. Expect the unexpected. Now, I don't quite understand what this person means by anything he just said. This is not the place to go for something simple or more traditional. While the food is good, each dish is a variant of the traditional menu item. But I for something simple or more traditional, yet all the food is made item. Does that make sense?
Not really.
No. Expect the unexpected. What does that mean?
What?
Now,
what
am I
is really
going in order?
What is really unexpected from that place, though?
What's unexpected about any place that you go to order food? Basically, you kind of already know what you're going to get because you get this thing, this paper-like object called you see every item that this restaurant has, and sometimes they tell you what's exactly in that item, and then you order it and they give it to you, and everything that was said on that piece of paper thing called, I don't know, a menu, the food item that is given to you, everything that is said about that food item on that menu is in that food item, and then you eat it. So I don't know what we're unexpecting here.
Plus, also too, like you can tell just by the name of a restaurant, like how it's gonna be. Because like if it's a modern restaurant, then you're gonna expect more modern dishes. It's not something traditional. Whereas if it's a diner, then for example, a diner will probably stay more traditional than a modern restaurant.
That was for one place. And then I decided to think about the restaurants that I've attended in the past week or so. And one of them was Outback Steakhouse. And so I wanted to look at a review about the Outback Steakhouse by my house. And so this one was from 2 years ago, and it also has 3 stars. And it goes like this. Judging by its name, the Australian-themed chain serves many steaks and seafood. They are owned by Bloomin' Brands as to Bonefish Grill and Carrabba's. The menu reads like a typical diner's breakfast bit. Don't know what that means. The specials are in large print, tempting you visually while you make a decision to satisfy your hunger needs. What to choose? Kevin, our server, seemed sophomoric at first, but finally rose. I must say it was excellent. I really didn't think it would be. The other parts of the entree were just okay. Chains usually accommodate gluten-free and vegan diets, so ask or go online to scope it out. We did not opt for the bloomin' onion, sort of a mainstay. Alcoholic drinks for happy hour, price $5, and sadly tasted poorly.
That's it?
Yes.
Okay. It was coming in and out, but so I actually
You want me to read it again?
No. I heard most of it. No, I heard most of it. I actually have an experience from yesterday that could dang it. I was gonna take a picture of you because you were frozen. You're like I've experienced from a restaurant yesterday, a chain restaurant that might go hand in hand, or probably does go in hand in hand with that review. And here's a general consensus of what happened. Okay. It's a chain restaurant. Like, what do you expect in terms
that's the thing. Like,
of quality?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, it's Outback is like Applebee's and like Chili's and stuff.
Yeah. Like what do you expect?
Like they don't cater to gluten-free and vegan diets like they're supposed to. Like what? Tell me a chain restaurant that really does that.
Not many. That's more your local places.
Yeah. What are you talking about, this person? And also, as long as your meat's good, that's all that freaking matters.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Because
also, like, why it's just a restaurant. Like, I mean, I don't even know.
Why are you spending all this time?
This poor server, Mr. Kevin, sir, seemed sophomoric at first, but finally rose to the occasion. Oh my God, what happened? He ordered he wrote down your food and then he gave it to you. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, I would like you to specify what this man
how
did.
dramatic of a serving job did he do where he had to
I would
comment
like
about
you to
it?
specify what this man did in order for him to go from sophomoric to seniority. I would like to know.
Yeah, I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued.
But you won't provide any answers.
Yeah, like I would like more. I actually, even though this to me it seems like too long of a review, I would like some more depth into everything you just said because I'm very confused.
What'd you say?
This one intrigued, sweet, and I appreciated it. This one, but also was open for interpretation.
Okay.
So, and this is another restaurant, a local restaurant that is very good. I've been there; it's very good.
Is it close to your house?
Not super close, but it's close to my house.
And then I probably know what it is.
Yeah. So this also got 3 stars, and it said, chicken enchiladas are okay. Rice was cold. Beans were between cold and warm. Now, what is the what do you call the temperature between cold and warm? Because I know what the temperature between cold and hot is, which is warm. But I don't quite know what the temperature between cold and warm is.
Lukewarm.
But wouldn't that just be warm?
No.
Why?
It'd be lukewarm.
What does lukewarm mean?
Like
cold warm? It's either one or the other. So to me, I feel like you can't have a middle ground between cold and warm and hot. It's either hot, like it's sexuality where you can have like, or whatever, where you can have like straight, gay, bisexual, and stuff. Right? It's either hot, warm, or cold. There's nothing between cold and warm.
That's up for debate, but okay.
So it was either cold and or warm. What?
I said that's up for debate, but okay.
What? No, it's not.
They use the term lukewarm for things.
Put some, like when you're doing your skincare, you put lukewarm water on your.
Yeah.
Warm water. What is that? Yes, warm. It's warm. It's just warm. What the hell is like the word warm anyways? That's a weird word. No, that just was, I was very, very confused because he should have said, or she, but it was a he, cold between, then it would be warm. Or you could say the beans were warm. This person has no idea what they're talking about. At all. And frankly, it pisses me off. This last one that I have is from another chain restaurant by me, which again is very good. And this one has 4 stars. So a little bit better. It's in the better color for the stars. And this was from 30 days ago. Oh, the last one was from a month ago. Oh, no, I lied. The last one was from 7 months ago. So this one says,
what?
This one says, a little on the expensive side for what the food is, but there is a sense of creativity in many of their dishes. They are mindful and attentive to most dietary issues, but beware that they are yet to address gluten-free options.
Oh,
that
no.
Is one major point on their menu, which hopefully is cured soon so more from my office can enjoy their offering. I recommend their steak sandwich. Enjoy. So usually when things are more on the expensive side, that's because they are well prepared fresh and they're creative in their dishes.
Right.
However, that this was a bad thing, although he said it was a good thing. A little on the expensive side for what the food is, but it is in many of their dishes. But the food is shit and it's very expensive, but it's also prepared and fresh. I don't quite understand.
I don't understand what you're trying to say, sir.
I understand, I do not understand of whether that was an insult or a compliment. I think he was trying to be snooty and insultive, but instead gave a compliment. Now I understand, like, yes, dietary issues, that's one thing you can discuss, and I think that's important to say.
Right.
Because I would like to say all of these places that were on Yelp that were reviewed are actually very good, and I enjoy all of them very much so, and I think everybody else should too. So don't listen to what these stupid assholes have to say. Thank you, internet. Isn't it bizarre how, like, who are these freaking people? Like, why are you bashing on these places? And they're good they're good places.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, who do you think you are? Like, is this the platform where you think like, some people on freaking social media just think they're like these people that are great. They're just like Debbie fucking Downers. It's wild. It's like, who do you think you are? You're talking about food. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not like this freaking like pristine person when it comes to my food. I make some shitty ass food, okay? And I think that tastes good. So, like, I am not one to talk about anything. Like,
I think also too, like, a general consensus, like, just from word of mouth and experience, people already know, like, chain restaurants don't expect good quality all the time. Some do, some have good quality.
However, I went to Outback and it was really, really good. There are other chain restaurants that are not as good. Like, I would say Outback and Texas Roadhouse are very good chain restaurants.
Yeah,
and Buffalo Wild Wings is actually
they do.
It's like a burger place. What do you expect?
Yeah, like Outback, like, from what I remember, I haven't been to Outback in a while, but like the dishes are so simple, like, you can't really, like.
I literally had, oh my god, it was called like the tuna salmon. It literally was salmon with shrimp and like this yummy sauce on it.
Yeah.
With rice and mixed veggies, and it was delish.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of food. I didn't finish it. It was so good. And I had the green onion, which was also delish. It was great.
But like, yeah, so like, really already
which chain restaurants are good and which ones are bad.
Yeah. So that's number one. Number two, locally, word of mouth, which ones are good by like social media or whatever.
And like I said, all of these places that I talked about are very good.
Yeah. So like, you probably already know which ones to go to and which ones not to go to. Kim, do you want to close this out?
Nope.
Well, thanks for being honest. Hold on. I will close this out. So, thank you everybody for watching.
I'm connecting your pimples with my mouse.
No, well, you're a great sister. Thanks so much.
Excuse me. Do not complain about me and acne, young lady. You were very mean to me about my acne.
All right, let's not go there. Okay. So, all right, everyone, thank you for listening to another episode of the M Sister Studios podcast. I am one of your hosts, Danielle Minetti, with her loving sister, Kim.
With her.
I don't grammar, okay? If you enjoyed this podcast, go ahead and listen to any of our previous podcasts.
Listen to all of them, goddammit.
Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn your notifications on so you are in the loop when we upload a podcast or any of our other video projects, which are very well done, and we take a lot of pride in everything that we do. Go follow us on all our different social media accounts as well. And with that being said, that's it for today's podcast. We will talk to you guys next time.